Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the talk, think show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the indigenous one. And I want to share with you guys some footage that somebody just shared with me, and we're going to talk about this. Check this out. I know you probably can't hear it, but if you want to listen to it, go to the page on African Americans Ain't Africans to check out what happened. And it's some kind of car accident. I don't know what it was. The story is going to come out. We'll hear it in a couple of hours or an hour or so. But I wanted to bring this and show these events, so we can start to see what's happening and all this chaos that's going around in the world. First you had the COVID-19, then you got this brother get killed, this sister get killed, and then another brother get killed, and then events like this. And these are things because what's going on up in the stars, what's going on up in the heavens, stuff that we don't really give no attention to. We don't pay attention to it. We don't know about it. We don't believe in it. All these things that are happening is affecting us big time. Big time. So, you know, when you talk to different people and they're into different things, they view things different. One person may study shoes. Another person may study football. Another person may study basketball. Another person may study horseshoe throwing. Everybody's good at something. I'm going to share with you a sister that told me something the other day, and I was just like, damn. Is this happening? Is what we seeing happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Is what we're seeing? Listen, it's just mind-boggling because I'm going through it, because I was looking at it one way, and now I'm seeing, you know, the big picture, so to say. So I want to bring this sister on to share with you some of the things she's been telling me, and share with you. And this is all I want with this program. Y'all be careful out there.
Please be careful.
It's going down.
Please be careful, you guys. We have children. I'm sorry, Carrie. We have children that are needing our protection, and they are putting themselves into this protest thing, and other people. There are sites that are all over that they have Antifa, and they have bricks, and they're spray painting, and you have people telling them not to do that because they want peaceful protest. And, you know, whether your view of protest works or not, it's, you know, however you choose to go about this, we need to be strategic in our thought. I don't know if you guys believe in retrogrades, but I've kind of looked a little bit into them and so forth. And the other day I was speaking to Carrie, and I said, this is going to end tragically. There's going to be a whole bunch of deaths. They're going to do a mass death. I'm like, they're up to something. I'm like, and, you know, and it was really bugging me. And then today in Southwest Philly, a whole bunch of people were killed by a truck, and he was showing the video on there. And there's been a few other incidents, and it's just like, this is like going to be a massive target practice for them if we don't sit down and start thinking strategically. With retrogrades, they affect human behavior, and I don't know how it all works. I'm still learning about it, but I do know that there's a tie to Saturn with this government and the global elites and so forth, and there's certain rituals that they perform when this planet is in retrograde. A lot of the symbolism with Saturn is in everyday things that you have. Like if you look at Pepsi has an emblem is shaped like a circle, like Saturn. The car, Saturn. Certain banks, but you'll see this circular thing that they use as an allegiance to this planet. And if you look through, you know, back and there's some stuff on YouTube and some stuff on Google, you know, stuff like that, but in some books as well. So right now, Saturn's in retrograde. And I found it interesting when I looked this up, just to kind of get a way of explaining this so that way we could have a better understanding, is that it's time for another retrograde at this time. It's Saturn that's appearing to move backwards in the sky, known as the Lord of Karma. We all know what karma is. When Saturn retrogrades, karmatic debts are sorted out by blending the past and the present and the future. So with that being said, if you listen to what I said, you know, look it up. But if you think about this for a minute, 4 years ago, around this time, Eric Gardner was suffocated. If you guys remember, we've had numerous deaths to our indigenous community by outside forces, and now we're at the point where we're tired of it and we're angry. And it's like, it seems like it's known that we're fed up, that this was the straw that kind of broke the back of something. But either way, you guys should be really looking into what's going on and start applying logical thought to what's going on. Because when you're starting to go out and you're feeding into this energy, you're assisting in your own demise.
So is that what the emotions are used for? Because we're always crying, sobbing, vibrating at a low energy, vibrating low, never happy, always glum. Is that what you mean? We're assisted in that?
We're assisting in that. We're assisting in the things that are happening to the planet. We're assisting in it. Like, you might not know that you are, but by doing the Pledge of Allegiance, you're assisting in something. By certain body movements in actions, you're assisting in something. All the emotions, like you just said, we're assisting in our own demise. If you pay close attention, they're using our emotions to manipulate situations. I mean, when you're having a peaceful protest and you're out there because you're exhausted and you want to be treated like a human, so you're representing your community as well as yourself and your family, and somebody comes along and spray paint that is not part of the protest, and they're saying, hey, stop doing that, we're not trying to cause that. When they set up bricks to be torn, how come in the Minnesota area, the white business owners started boarding up their buildings? Before all this, they started boarding up their buildings, closing their businesses down, protecting their stuff, because they were told what's going to happen. I mean, you guys have to really do some investigating on everything that's being presented before you, before reacting, because it's manipulated. Our emotions are manipulated. The ladies that were on here the other day spoke about that. And, you know, really take heed to what they're saying. You can choose not to, but just pay attention to the events. And just now they did that there are like babies outside and people that were outside, and this truck just rammed through the whole area. For what? Why are they shooting people with rubber bullets, telling them to go in the house and barricading stuff? And this is all, you know, when they're telling you, when she's telling you, when Deborah was telling you that this is a ritual, you have to start paying attention. If people are around you are saying the same thing, it means that's what it is. And you can't pretend that it's not. You know, we have to check our emotions. We are so emotional about everything, and we have a right to be, but we need to put this in place, and we need to come up with something strategic to be able to combat this, because if we don't, there's going to be more deaths, and they're going to be worse.
With what Saturn, with that in retrograde,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hearing there's going to be a lot of deaths. There's going to be a lot of deaths when this COVID comes back. They're going to kill the babies. I mean, they're going to, you know, people are saying this, and you can actually see this is happening. And this is why I'm sharing this to the audience, because people have been telling me these things are going to happen for a minute now, and now they're starting to manifest. And I just want y'all to be safe out there, because it's on for us. And and can you tell me how those emotions and those thoughts and those feelings, how we can use that, since a lot of us are so far away, we're not in the same vicinities as each other, but we're connected by the words we say to each other or whatever.
Mhm.
how do we use that energy to help us in everyday in life?
I think that it doesn't sound right to say, but I think that we're going to have to choose how we fight our battles. I mean, in a much better way, because it only ends in tragedy for us when either way. If we don't fight, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. If we do fight, we're not making the right choices while we're doing it. So I think that we're going to actually have to come to some type of unification or solidarity in order to kind of step back and look at this so it can prevent the blood spilling, because it's beneficial to them when the blood gets spilled. It helps.
So
I watched that too. I'm asking him. I saw that too, where the sheriffs picked up the body. Go ahead, Carrie. I'm
So,
sorry.
so no, so what is it? This is Slick Rick. Slick Rick says, I don't believe George Floyd is dead. What they put him in wasn't an ambulance, it was a police SUV. Watch the video. He was part of the act. Okay, stuff like this. And this is what I like about social media, because a lot of people on social media be like, fuck what the damn major news outlets say. They do their own investigation. They'll go down to the place. They'll look at it from their point of view, and they'll share it with us, which is cool as hell. That's the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
about the social media. What they're saying is not going on, and some people know it. So this dude says he don't believe George Floyd is dead. And I've been getting hit with this a lot because I don't really pay attention to the media like that. And this is
Mm-hmm.
all I've been getting is they don't believe George Floyd is dead. What do you think, Nicole?
I don't think that he's dead either, honestly. I watched the video. I watched the video, and then there was some other information that was presented, and it's just like, now his family is coming forth on CNN. Have you guys looked at the history of CNN and how they blue screen and fake scenes and stuff like that? Watch it. Yeah, not whatever.
Uh,
But first of all, sheriff, not no EMTs are supposed to pick up bodies. When there's a body, there was no police. Look, there was no forensic team, you guys. None, no forensics at all. There always is forensics. They take fingerprints and all that stuff like that. So where was the forensic team? Think about it for a minute. In Mike Brown's case, they had a forensic team. They left that boy laying on the concrete for a long time. And all these other killings, they left the bodies laying there. So publicly, you don't have a forensic team come with EMTs. They have to grid off the area and push people back. None of that happened. It was just bam, 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 bam.
these people playing the game. These Negroes that
Yes.
are playing. You said something about with that retrograde, where the past, the future, and the present, they all end up at the same spot. I thought that was interesting because I never really heard it like that before. So we have these guys that's helping out on this shit because some of it is it's not. Come on, we can see right through it. Is this what you mean? The past, the present,
Yeah.
all meeting up because
And
we're
this,
helping in our own demise. Because we're helping, we're assisting, and we're arrogant about it in our own
and
demise.
and if you remember when Orion was on and he was talking about the time loop,
Yes.
this happened 4 years ago with Eric Gardner. They did the same thing to him in front of that store for selling cigarettes.
Right.
So it's like it's just interesting how, think about this put this in sequence for a minute. First, the thing with Kobe, he blew up in the whatever, then COVID, but something else happened. I can't think of it, but there's been the Ahmaud Arbery thing, and now George Floyd. So right, they timed it right perfectly together. You're mad about Ahmaud Arbery. Everybody's going for a run for him, and
And
then
don't
they
don't forget
realize,
don't forget the sister Remember the
Yeah.
sister that was shot and killed? That's
Oh
that's
yes. Yes.
the
I'm sorry.
story.
Breonna Taylor. In between there, Breonna Taylor 8 times. They shown that. They made sure they let you know that that was happening. But you have Breonna Taylor. There was one more woman too, but I can't. Oh wait, there was a woman who went to jail in the same jail that Sandra Bland was in, and they found her dead. So this is all four 4 years apart, 4 people that we know about. So something is linking that part together, but nonetheless, all these incidents are happening. So why would we not be angry? It's like being thrown at you, like, damn, we can't get a break. And so now everybody's emotions are all tied up from the COVID, from being in the house for so long, and whatever, the mask, whatever. Now, even during the pandemic, they couldn't respect us. So supposedly, so they have this Ahmaud Arbery thing. Now that's died out. We're not talking about COVID anymore. Nobody's worried about social distancing anymore. Now we're in Ahmaud Arbery. He's done. So now we're on to George Floyd. And it's like it keeps on repeating itself. It's like there's a time of they know how to get the rise out of us. And if you know anything about melanin, it does things that capsulizes a certain energy.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
all these protests,
Mm-hmm.
they seem fake. I mean, what are you doing?
Why did they?
And that's what I mean. That energy that we have. Yep. I mean, all you got to do is stop giving them your money. I don't get it. And we do this shit all the time, and it doesn't work. We end up being right back at square one. That peaceful protest shit, you got to do it another way. I mean, damn, change up. And we're not changing up. And that's what I don't get. We see shit that don't work. We doing the same shit we did in the 60s. Can we change up some, y'all? Dude.
We have technology. We have technology. We have technology to the point that it's at our access to do anything and reach out to anybody. You, as a collective, we are the global economy. We set the trends for everything. So why are we asserting? Why are we asserting all this? Oh yes, Ben Crump. Yes, yeah. Ben Crump is the one. I'm responding to you. Ben Crump shows up every time. He's the Boulay representative, I believe. He's the one they send, and then they get $1 million to shut up. But all these deaths happen at the same time, so of course we're going to be angry and we're going to want to protest. But you guys, the protests are being manipulated. They just announced that an Antifa that is going to be considered a terrorist group. Okay.
No, I just want something to help just the everyday regular person, like those people you saw in those streets on that video getting hit by that car. Because this is us every day. We're out and about where we live. Most of us live, not all of us. Most of us live where we live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I want us to be careful out there, and because some of this shit is just set up. Not saying this last thing was, but this ain't no fake shit. Because you see them bodies out there, and you like, damn. And then
you guys,
it's then. No, go ahead.
No, you guys are being kind of picked out, and so why don't you guys start organizing something in the community where everybody goes and gets what they need, on one day, and you start kind of staying closer to your homes, and I'm not saying you have to stay in your house, but be a little bit more aware of your surroundings. Be very aware of your surroundings and travel in groups. Don't go out by yourself and doing all this extra stuff. Kind of buckle down a little bit and start paying attention to your surroundings.
So listen, you guys, this is all I want to bring to you today. You just focus on what's going on and start using that energy to focus on something that we could do. Everybody ideas count. Everybody. Cut that TV off and cut on that mind. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye, you guys.